my first day of school. For those of you that don't already know, I go to the University of Central Florida here in Orlando. My major is in industrial engineering. Quick side note, for any of you car guys that are going to be going to college soon, keep UCF in your mind in terms of picking and choosing a college, especially if you want to drift, because we have Orlando Speed World, which is like not even 15 minutes down the road. Right now, I am on my way to my first class, and then as soon as I get out, we are going to be installing rear camber and tow arms on my daily S14. So yeah, I have about a 255, 35, 18 in the rear, I think. Okay, yes, 255, 35, 18. And just by looking at it, you can tell that I have a little bit of toe, what is that, in. And because this thing has a welded diff, of course, it's going to eat through those tires. And these aren't cheap by any means. I also have a little bit of camber, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to zero out the camber just with how the fitment is on these wide wheels. Uh-oh. Looks like my license plate is about to fall off. That's not good. I'll have to fix that when I get home. I didn't realize how small the classroom was gonna be, and it was super awkward because the professor was looking straight at me when I had my camera in my hand. So I just like turned it off and put it away in my backpack. So what I need to knock out today is to lower the front end. You can see I have a little bit of wheel gap right here in between the tire and the fender. No, I'm not a stance tard, but I can appreciate a nice low car. And especially given the fact that this is my daily and it's really not gonna see much track time, maybe a little bit of street drifting. But that's besides the point. I would just like to get it looking proper in terms of fitment. On top of that, if I open up my trunk here, I have my voodoo arms that I've been meaning to install for Lord knows how long. These are the toe plates I was gonna let Zach borrow so he can align his 240. And of course, I always carry my drift spares with me. Just gotta move some stuff around real quick. Here's one of the arms. Uh-oh, it came out of the packaging. Believe this is the toe arm? Yeah, these are the toe arms. And then here are the camber arms. I also have the voodoo eccentric washer lockout kit, because when I was going to install these arms a while ago, I started stripping one of the bolts, and I knew that I was just gonna have to hold off the job until I got these. And of course, fast forward probably 4 months later, here I am actually getting to the install.
I can't believe it's been this long. My love for you has grown so strong. It's like there's nothing going wrong. Me, oh my, I felt it suddenly.
All right, so it got dark on me quick, but good thing Zach got this nice floodlight for Christmas. But I went ahead and loosened up the toe arms. I didn't know if I wanted to start with the toe arms first or the camber arms. So I went with what was the most accessible, that being where the toe arms connect to the subframe. One thing to note is that the bolt and the nuts were pretty rusted together, but I managed to loosen them up using the end of a jack as the breaker bar. I still gotta loosen up where the arms connect to the knuckles though. All right, with the toe arms removed and the voodoo arms placed right next to those stock arms, I went ahead and reduced the length of both, because if you guys remember, I had a little bit of toe in. If I reduce that length, it should zero that toe out. So I've done that, and I have ensured that I've left equal amounts of threads for both of these joints here, so that when it comes down to getting aligned, there's plenty of adjustment, because I can guarantee I'm not going to get it to zero just by eyeing it like this. And you might be wondering, what did I mean when I said I had that little bag of eccentric bolts and washer lockouts? This is what that is. So I guess to compare it to the stock, because whenever you take your cars to get aligned, they use these little washer type bolts so that when your arm is getting adjusted, they can turn it and it will slightly tweak it in or out depending on, you know, what suspension geometry you're modifying or changing. And because there really isn't any need for this type of adjustment, given that this arm is going to give you all of the adjustment you need, this bolt and washer combo will essentially delete that adjustability right here.
I see it all in me. I see it all in me. I see it all in me.
All right, tow arms are in. Can't really see the driver's side here. And I already removed the passenger side camber arm. And as I did with the tow, I adjusted the length to what I think might zero out camber. Although I know if I zero it out completely, I will more than likely rub up on this fender. But I have plenty of adjustment here to add or take away any amounts of negative camber. But the number one rule for me is that you always have to have more negative camber up front than the rear. Just so you can get away with saying it's a drift spec alignment.
Hey guys, so it's the next day and Alan sucks still.
Yes, you heard it from Zach. I didn't get the car done last night. I didn't really want to have to mess with all of the camber and all of that in the dark. But I think I have it pretty much all squared off. I am running a little bit more negative camber than I would like to in the rear. I think it will be okay for now. I just have such wide wheels. These 10.5 plus 15 offset RPF1's are just a little too wide for stock body S14. So all that's left to do for me at least is to lower it up front.
Lower it!
Because I'm all about that stance life. Isn't that right, Marcus?
Oh yeah.
And while I'm working on my car, we got Zach trying to figure out his fuel leak issue. He replaced some lines, but we don't think that's the fix. It might be the fuel pump hanger O-ring. So we got Zach doing that. And I got my boy Marcus over here trying to fix a power steering leak on their BMW.
Yeah, I found out we have a O-ring missing on the cab, so.
Okay, so it's an easy fix.
Yeah, hopefully.
Good. There's a drift event at Orlando Speed World coming up this Saturday, and it's gonna be pretty cool because all of the roommates are hopefully going to be out there drifting. Well, when I say all of the roommates, I only mean Zach, Marcus, and Joanne. The other roommates are stupid, they don't like drifting. If you guys are watching this, yes, I mean it. We think we fixed Zach's issue, so I'm gonna sit in the trunk, or I guess the hatch, to make sure that we don't see anything leaking from back here.
Make sure the bolts for the cover don't get.
Yeah, I screwed them in. We're good. This is kind of sketchy, but it will work for now. Yeah, so far so good.
So hold on, because I'm gonna do a tight turn.
Okay, that's fine. I'm good. Okay, yep, coming out.
It was?
It came out right there on that sharp turn.
Okay.
Nice and easy down. Good. At least we know what the issue is now. So just after a quick observation of, I guess, the fitment up front, I think I'm good to drop the car at least another inch. The tire might rub up into the fender liner, but who cares about fender liners anyways? Not me. So I've already adjusted the passenger side. For this driver's side, I'm going to try to match it by giving myself about 3/4 of an inch of gap in between this lower collar and this upper collar to give me the height that I'm looking for. What do you guys think? I think she looks just about even in terms of height, front and rear, but for some reason it just looks like the rear is a little bit higher than the front. All that she needs now is just to get aligned, and luckily I have an appointment tomorrow to do so. And for me, not particularly caring so much for the stance life, I think she's pretty stancy. What do you guys think? Am I a stance guy now? Is it gonna be ambush stance instead of ambush drift? No. I need to come up with a name for. What do you guys think? But I'll tell you what, I sure do love me some RPF1's in SBC. Mwah. So I guess since I did lower the car, you can say I slammed her on RPF1's and I'm going to daily it. Just like Haggard Garage, but with a better wheel. Love for you, Haggard. Love you. So that's gonna be it for this video. I wanna say thank you to all of you that have subscribed. Make sure to like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.